sit back in your seats, get something to eat, and watch this movie. Don't let the kiddies see it, because, well, we'll let you hear the beginning first. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Closet Chat. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rainy.
So, we've had a pretty long day.
We've had a long week.
Yeah, no kidding. We were supposed to record last weekend. However, I got too burgered. I got a really meaty burger from Wendy's and it destroyed my gut, and I was also on my period. So I ended up becoming bedbound for like 5 hours.
Yeah, and we were just like, oh, let's just reschedule this.
So, my dear co-host Rainy,
Yes,
do you know what is in store for you?
I do.
So, our pleasant viewers, have you ever heard of the application Dungeon AI? Or
AI Dungeon.
AI Dungeon, actually. So, it is a free to play single player and multiplayer text adventure game which uses artificial intelligence to generate content. It allows players to create and share their own custom adventure settings. It's a pretty neat game, so I decided that for this episode, we would be playing a game together. Or rather, Rainy will be playing a game.
Yay!
Alright, Rainy. So, to give an idea of what AI Dungeon is like, there is an app for it as well as you can also play online on your computer or other devices. There is a quick start setting where you can pick genres. We have fantasy, mystery, zombies, apocalyptic, cyberpunk, custom, archive.
Yep.
So between those first 5, what would you want to do?
Let's see what the first 5 are again. I would actually do cyberpunk.
I had the feeling you'd go for that one. I was thinking between that one or fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm predictable.
All right, we're gonna go for cyberpunk. Select a character: cyborg, punk, cop, android.
I'm going punk all the way. Excuse you.
All right, all right. What is your name?
I'm just gonna take my Pathfinder character's name, Sky.
All right, Sky. I wrote Soy.
I'm Soy?
No, you're Sky.
I guess I'm Soy now.
All right, Soy. All right, Soybean. We're going.
Yep.
Generating story. ...
What is this? Oh,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You are Sky, a punk living in the futuristic city of Zale. You have a small Zor blaster hidden in your jacket and a hollow band on your wrist. You wake up in a dark alley with bruises all over your body. You have no idea what happened. You stand up and see a blood trail leading into an open sewer pipe. You also see a garbage bag with your stuff on top. You open it up and see your clothes and bag are still in there. What do you do? What do you say? What happens next in the story? Or what do you see? Those are your options.
I mean, first off, I gotta get dressed.
All right, so you're going to get dressed?
Yeah.
You find a hole in the wall and climb through. After climbing up and out, you see a large warehouse with 12 men standing in front of you. One man approaches you and says, what does he say? You want me to think of something to say, or do you want to do it?
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna say, "Hi, pretty lady, you lost." I don't know. I don't know. Make it creepy or make it like a creep.
He says, hey, pretty lady, are you lost? And generating. So the result is interesting.
Oh my god, what's the result?
I'm not a lady, the man says. I'm Sky, and I'm a punk. Oh, you're a punk, are you? Why are you dressed like that? So I guess you're a man.
What?
What do you do, say, see, or what would you want the story to do?
I mean, oh my god. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Uh,
Just follow your gut.
because my gut is saying just punch the man. Because I'm still riding off the high of the Pathfinder session.
You punch him in the throat. He grabs his throat and falls to the floor. Hey, that's a nice way to greet someone, another man says. Give her a hand, boys.
Wait, hold on. Am I a girl or am I a guy?
I honestly don't know. I think the guy that you punched took your identity. Temporarily.
Oh my god. Ah. Ah. Oh my god. Well, let me read that.
Hey, that's a nice way to greet someone, another man says. Give her a hand, boys. So basically, they're about to beat you up.
Oh, then I book it.
You leave?
Yeah.
You quickly leave, I'll say. Or you can do anything.
I know.
All right. You run out of the warehouse as fast as you can. I told you that would happen, didn't I? A man says. I told you she would punch me in the throat. Oh, apparently you have some sort of history with these people.
Oh yeah.
Either that or they have some history on you.
I mean, I definitely will have to research that. I'll look into that later. But for now,
Do you want me to give you some options?
sure.
Maybe you can go into the city, you can go home. Did you ever grab your bag stuff?
I don't know. I just climbed into a hole.
Maybe you have a phone. I don't know.
Oh.
You can call somebody.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to go into the city, see where I can go with and not perish.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
You continue running down the road. You're so afraid that someone will arrest you for breaking the law that you run past all the other people in the streets. You wonder if anyone will miss you when you are gone.
That's morbid.
That is morbid. Maybe you really will perish. So, what do you do? Keep running? Do you want to go home? Go to a restaurant?
I want to go
Bump
get some.
into somebody?
I want to go eat something.
Go eat something. You go into a small restaurant and sit down. You order some food and eat it. You can't afford a lot of food, so you only eat a few bites of everything.
I love.
Wait, so what's the point of having the food? Are you gonna like take out or something?
I don't know, but I love
Right.
like how like almost 9 minutes in, I finally eat something, but it's not enough to.
Apparently you're broke.
I'm broke.
So what do you do?
Definitely gonna have to. Because it doesn't specify that I have I still have memories. I just know that I woke up.
Do you want to find out whether you have any memories?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to recall my memories.
Recall your memories.
Because it doesn't. It said that I woke up with bruises, but I don't know how I got.
You recall your first punk party when you were younger. You wore a dress then, too. You don't have a dress anymore, but you do have a pair of skinny jeans that you wear.
I love. That's not how what I.
Do you want to, like, I don't know, check out your bruises?
Yeah, I want to check my bruises.
Check out your bruises.
I love how it was like. I want to recall what happened last 24 hours. I should probably specify what happened in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we can do that next.
Yeah.
You take your hollow band out of your pocket and see that you have a bruise on your shoulder and another on the back of your thigh. You should go to a doctor, someone says. Do you respond?
Yeah, I responded. That's a good idea. Where's the closest one?
I'll say good idea. Where is the closest one? You say, that's a good idea. Where is the closest one? There are 2 punk bars in the city. You can go to either one. I guess that's where the doctor is.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna limp over to the bar. Or try to search for that bar, whatever.
Search for the two punk bars in the city with Aelin.
I will say this is a good this will help like good brainstorm idea.
Yeah, I mean, you could like do a custom where I think you can literally like build up your story. You check
Nice.
all the punk bars in the city for the punk that hit you. You look for a day and a half until you finally find the punk. I'm so sorry, the punk says.
Wait a minute. I was trying to look for a doctor. Why did I want to look for the punk who assaulted me? What?
What do you do?
I'm just gonna punch him back in revenge because
Punch the punk in revenge. So you don't take apologies.
no, I don't think apologies, especially when you left me in the alley.
And he said, I'm so sorry. He even said so sorry.
I don't take that as an apology. Not unless you sincerely mean it. Ah, better.
You punch the punk in revenge. The punk grabs his face and falls to the floor. I knew you would punch me, the punk says. Let's get some food. You
What?
and the punk go to our restaurant and eat.
What?
I think you just made a friend.
Wait a minute. Do I have a reputation of just punching people?
You like Naruto Frinjutsu him, apparently.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you do? What do you do after eating? Do you go on a journey? Go on an adventure? Do you try to like cause revolution in the city? Like, what do you do?
You know what?
What's your story?
Fuck it, let's cause a revolution. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
You start a revolution with your new punk friend.
Is that it?
You and the punk continue to have punk parties in your home. You play music and the punk sings punk songs. After a while, you decide to call it quits. You've decided that punk rock is
Punk
dead and buried.
What?
Apparently, your revolution caused punk rock to be dead.
There is so many steps that I'm missing?
Apparently, instead of causing a revolution, you just partied it up.
Oh my god. I feel like this has a this is a synopsis for a book. Or a book series. Probably two shots. Got you.
Nearly killed me.
Oh
Nearly
no.
took me out and buried me with the punk rock. All right.
Yeah,
what do you do now? What do you want? Do you want to say something? Do you want to see something? Do you want to like observe your surroundings?
I just want to observe my surroundings, see what the hell is going on after punk rock has died.
So I just realized that spelling surroundings, it starts with a U.
Let me see.
Surroundings. As you observe your surroundings, you sit on the roof of your warehouse and watch the city. You see that the police are gone. The army is gone. Only a few people are left alive. You see a man and a woman walking down the road.
I feel like there's so many things missing from this story. Am I wrong?
What do you do? What do you say? What do you see? Do you want to write the story itself?
No, I just want to see how far this AI dungeon's gonna go. I'm gonna just say out loud. So this is what the future is now like.
Like a question or just a statement?
Statement.
You say, so this is what the future is now like. And I'm guessing you're kind of like bitter.
Yeah.
The man looks at the woman and says, we'll have to take it from here. The couple continues walking down the road. There's something suspicious about the couple. Do we want to follow?
I'm gonna follow them because I'm like, that. Why would you say that?
Follow the couple. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
They are kind of suspicious. You follow the couple down the road and away from the city.
Anything else?
You want to keep following them?
Keep following them. Oh.
You keep following them.
Okay. What happens next?
You keep following the couple. You eventually come across a large wall. What's that, you ask? It's a monument to the future, the woman says. You want to touch it?
Kind of want to touch it now.
Touch the wall.
Touch the boat.
Touch the boat? What is that from?
Oh no, it's Touch the Butt from Finding Nemo. Which is like, I think 20 years old at this point.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I have to say something about that.
The wall is hot to the touch. That's weird, the woman says. What? This wall is supposed to be a monument to the future. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want to keep touching the wall.
You keep touching the wall. Man, that's inappropriate. You're making the hot wall. Wait, you're making the wall hot. Oh my god. Keep touching the wall. This is very interesting, the man says. We should investigate this further. Why don't we just go back to the city, the woman asks.
Can I punch the wall?
Punch the wall. Also, you also have the option of me generating something myself, if you'd like. In a story perspective.
That's very true, I do.
You punch the wall. Ow, the man says. What was that for? I thought the wall felt weird, you say, but it was just my punch.
Wait a minute. Did I punch the wall or did I punch the man? Because why would he say ow? I'm so confused.
You're confused. Did you punch the man or the wall? Or is the wall somehow connected to the man? Let's investigate this further, the man says. I'm a scientist. I think I can figure this out. The couple walks away from you.
None of the fuck?
Would you like to do something, or do you want me to generate something for you?
I would like to stay behind and look at the wall closer.
Stay behind and investigate the wall. You follow the couple to a large tree. The tree is growing out of the ground. There must be some type of root system here, the man says. Let's try to dig under the tree. What do you do?
I guess I'm gonna help dig the tree. But what? I wanted to observe the wall. How did I go from the wall to a tree?
Maybe you're meant to be at the tree. All right. You help the couple dig under the tree. The couple digs underneath the tree. After a while, the man and woman comes up with a dirt-clodden root system. We found something, the woman says. Let's take this back to the house. Do you go with them to the house?
I say, okay, I'll go with you, but it's roots.
Okay, I guess I'll go with you. But isn't this... Do you want to ask it as a question or be like, this is just roots?
I'm going to ask it as a question, but isn't this roots?
Isn't this just roots? You say, okay, I guess I'll go with you, but isn't this just roots? What's going on? Is this tree connected to the wall? The wall is a monument of the future?
But it was hot when I touched it.
That's just the beginning, the man says. We can grow even bigger things from this. You and the couple decide to continue the experiment.
I think they should have been a good. At some point, should have asked them what exactly we're doing. But you know what?
You know what? You can't ask. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll ask. What exactly are we doing? Because I am so confused.
Right. You ask the couple what you are all doing. What is the meaning of this? We're growing a small forest, the woman explains. We've been growing some plants for food and for other uses. We decided to try growing some larger plants like trees.
I want to ask, okay, but what does the wall have to do with the plants?
What you say? Okay, but what does the wall have to do with the plants? Well, the wall is supposed to be a monument to the future, the man says.
Yes, I know that, but what's the connection?
We're growing the plants in soil. The wall is supposed to be made of a material that you can grow larger plants like trees. So we're growing trees in the soil under the tree. I guess that's what the man says.
Okay. Oh, that's something at least.
Do you want to leave the couple or stay with them?
At this point, it's starting to get frustrating. I'm gonna leave them.
All right, you leave.
Just, oh,
Okay.
I'm fine. My brain is hurting a bit.
You leave the couple to their experiment. Where do you go next? What do you do?
Gonna go to a punk bar and drink away my memories, I guess. Would it be really funny if this happens to be just like that Groundhog Day story? That'd be funny.
That'd be quite interesting. I do like the idea of time travel, especially if time loops.
Yeah.
You go to a punk bar and drink away your memories of your life in the future. The end. You have reached the what now ending. However, you can still do something. Would you like to continue the story or do something different? You can select a different genre.
Yeah, let's pick a different genre.
Or you can wake up.
Oh, that would be nice. Yes, wake up.
You wake up.
I swear, if it starts saying, yeah, you wake up in a alley all bruised up, I swear to God.
You wake up and find yourself back in the future. You get up and check your cell phone to see that it's dead.
I look around to see where I am.
You look around the club. You see that a lot of people are still dead. Some are covered in blood. You don't see a way out of here.
What? I wake up in a club. What?
With dead people.
Oh, wow.
There's blood.
I feel like this is like a show from Japan.
What do? Do you want to investigate the bodies?
Yeah, investigating the bodies, seeing how they died.
You investigate the bodies. You see that one of the bodies is that of the punk who helped you get back to the future. You have a few choices. What do you do?
I'm just like, oh my God. It doesn't say how they died. I'm trying to figure that out.
Can't believe your punk friend that you punched died.
I don't think that's the same one. They said that help you get back to the future.
Maybe it was him. You go over to a body and examine it. What are you doing? A voice says. You have one choice. You have a few choices. You can, one. What is the first choice?
I can see where the voice is.
You look around and see the voice. Thanks, he said. How did you kill them? I'm not sure, he said, but I didn't kill them.
I'm about to lose my brain cells.
What do you do?
So he's saying that he didn't kill them.
He didn't.
I want to ask, do you know who did? Or did you see who did?
You say, do you know who killed these people? No, he says. I mean, I have no idea who killed them. But I didn't kill them. The whole place is covered in blood. Look, he points to the floor. You look down at the floor?
I look down on the floor.
I messed up.
Oh no.
You say, look down at the floor. You look down at the floor. Wow, you say. What the hell happened here? Well, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah. I I need to investigate those bodies because I swear to God they have the answers.
We check the bodies. We see that a lot of people died from blunt force trauma. There's nothing in here that could tell me how they died, you say.
Hmm. I'm gonna go try to look at those cameras. There has to be cameras in a freaking bar.
You look for cameras. Let's see what happens. You look around the club for cameras. There are a lot of cameras around the club. I don't see any cameras, you say. That's weird.
What? What? Say that again?
I don't see any cameras, you say. That's weird.
What was it before that? Say that.
There are a lot of cameras around the club.
There are a lot of cameras in the club, but I can't see them?
Apparently. Maybe you don't identify them as cameras. Apparently, you have, like, the knowledge, either that, or you just did not see any of them. What are you gonna do? Call the police? Wait, I guess your cell phone's dead.
The cell phone is dead.
You can still try them.
I would have to find another phone. But
Do you want to call police or call somebody?
Yeah, let's call somebody.
Call somebody for help.
Yeah, let's see what this AI is gonna do. Because if they literally made it to where I can't see what cameras are, I would love to see what they're gonna do for phones.
You call somebody for help. Hello? 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 Oh, hey, is this a club? No, this is a dead body club.
That's a good pun. I'll give them that.
Want to say anything else?
I say, yeah, is this the police?
You don't even know who you're calling?
That's literally my answer. Is this the police?
Yeah, but I'm asking you. You don't even know who you call? Damn.
Yeah.
No, this is a dead body club. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to get someone else. Okay, you hang up.
Sonny, you can make a suggestion, Sonny. Uh, this, I think this AI is just fucking with us at this point.
You decide to leave the club. You have a few choices. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what is? Oh my god! And it doesn't give me those choices. It just tells me
You have 7 choices. What are you gonna do? Do you make a choice?
I make a choice. You just literally put in make a choice, and it's gonna generate what it is.
You go to the monument. Now you have 8 choices. Do you want to touch the monument?
I want to touch the monument. What are you?
You touch the monument. I've reached the monument, you say. It seems like it's Oh, sorry. It seems like it's right in front of me, but it's far away. The man says, what do you want me to say? Or do you want me to do it for you?
No, I want to. You're so close, yet so far. The fucking hell?
The man says, you're so close, but still so far. We are presented with an image.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's the man standing before you. And I'm guessing that wall? Or maybe the wall's behind y'all. Who knows?
Who knows? But I also see like there is supposedly a headless body.
Oh my.
I don't know. It's pixelized, so I can't tell.
So cool that we get a scene with it.
Yep.
So, what do you do?
I scream like, "Who are you?"
You scream. I'm sorry, the man says. I couldn't help but eavesdrop. I have to go now. Good luck with your experiment. He disappears.
What experiment? What experiment?
What do? Do you want to touch the monument for reals this time?
I'll touch the monument. Guys, my brain is about to explode. And we've been doing this for almost 40 minutes.
You firmly press your hand against the monument. Is it hot?
It's hot.
Okay. The monument burns against your fingers and palms. There seems to be an energy radiating from it.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to try to edit that dog out.
You have a few choices. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 choices.
Let's do number 5.
You put your hands on the monument. The monument disappears. You have 5 choices this time. Which one do you do?
Let's go with number 3.
You pick the third choice. Hello? Hello? You see a black screen. Hello? A little girl's voice says, Hello? What's your name? Do you respond?
I respond, even though every bone in my body is saying don't respond.
Do you want to say something specifically or just respond in general?
Just respond in general. I swear to God, if that little girl's a ghost, I'm yeeting the chair I'm sitting on.
You have 10 choices.
8.
I'm Adam. What's your name? I'm Rose. What are you doing? I'm on a adventure. An adventure?
Who's Rose?
The little girl. I guess her name's Adam now.
Oh, so I went from Sky to Adam. That's cool.
Because of the punk rock dude who stole your name. You stole your identity. Identity theft is no joke. What do you do?
I'm gonna ask her. Where? No.
You'd ask who she is. Like, where is she?
Yeah. I guess I'll ask where is she.
You ask the little girl where she is from. I'm from Texas, she says. But I live in New York now. I'm going to go to college soon. So she's not a very little girl.
She's
like
about to be a young adult.
Yeah.
All
do
right.
you say anything in response, or do you want to do something else?
I want to ask her. Do you know what's going on?
You say, "Do you know what's going on?" I think so, she says. I'm not really sure though. I'm sort of new to this. I think you're asking this. What are you doing out here? Maybe she's asking that. I'm not quite sure.
I'm just gonna be like, I honestly don't know. I woke up in a club full of bodies.
You say, I honestly don't know. I woke up in a club full of bodies, or a club full of corpses to be more accurate. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Do you know what happened to you? No, I don't really know. I think I've been asleep for a while. Do you want to wake up?
I want to wake up.
You wake up. I wonder if this is a dream. What do you mean? Are you actually able to wake up? What do? Try to keep waking up? Or do you want to respond to that girl?
I said, I'm gonna say, because this makes no sense at all, and I've had another dream that just made no sense at all either.
I guess this must be a dream then. But it's interesting. I never had a dream like this before. Me neither.
I'm gonna try to wake up one more time.
You try to wake up one more time. I wonder if this is a dream. What do you mean? You want to keep trying to wake up?
Yeah.
You keep trying to wake up.
Or do not give me the same response.
You keep trying to wake up. I can't wake up. I think I'm stuck in a dream. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird. What do you want to do? Or do you want me to take your fate into my hands?
You know what? Do it. Because I'm just about ready to yeet something out the window.
You die. The end.
What? What? What did you literally just put you die? You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Do you want to try doing something else within the story, or do you want to do something different?
Or something different.
Let's do one more story.
Alrighty.
Fantasy, mystery, zombies, apocalyptic, and crossing out cyberpunk.
Let's do mystery.
Sounds fun. Are you a patient, detective, spy, or doctor?
I want to be a spy.
What's your name?
Rosabella. Let's go with that.
Rosabella. Generating story. You are Rosabella, a spy living in Chicago. You have a concealed pistol and a syringe of poison. You listen to the Russian diplomats and hear them discussing the upcoming visit of the Tsar. The diplomats mention a dark alley in the slums near the Russian embassy. So, what do you do? What do you say? What happens next? What do you see?
So I'm a spy in Chicago. I'm over here that the Russian Tsar is coming over.
And then you hear them mention a dark alley in the slums near the Russian embassy.
I'm gonna go explore the slums.
You go explore the slums that was mentioned. Let's see what happens next.
I swear to God, if the AI puts me in a different spot.
You hide in the shadows of the alley and watch the diplomats leave the embassy. Suddenly, you hear the familiar sounds of police sirens. You look around to see a squad car and two police motorcycles.
I stay in the shadows because I'm not getting caught.
You hide in the shadows and observe. The police ride past you and head in the direction of the Russian embassy. They don't see you. You get out of the shadows and run in the opposite direction towards the ambassador's house.
Do that one more time.
Do you go over to his house, or
Yeah, I'll go over to the ambassador's house.
you go to the ambassador's house? You knock on the door of the ambassador's house and a butler answers. I have an appointment with the ambassador, you say. The ambassador is asleep. Would you like to leave a message? What's your response?
I would say it's very urgent. If I don't see him now, something will happen.
You say, it's very urgent. If I don't see him now, something will happen. The butler nods and says, very well. He closes the door and you wait in the foyer. A few minutes later, the butler comes back and tells you that ambassador will see you now. Do you go meet the ambassador?
Yep, go meet the ambassador.
You go meet the ambassador. What happens? You walk down the long hallway of the ambassador's house to his office. He is a tall, thin man with a long, pointy nose. You may enter, Miss Rosabella, he says.
I enter the room while concealing the poison. Because I want to see what this AI is going to think.
You walk into the office and see the ambassador. A thin, pointy-nosed man sitting behind a desk. He smiles at you. Hello, Miss Rosabella. Come sit down, yes?
Yeah, I'll sit down.
The ambassador motions to a chair. You sit down. Miss Rosabella, you are a beautiful young lady, he says. I understand that you have been chosen to be the Tsar's wife.
That. Wait, rewind that. What?
The ambassador motions to a chair. You sit down. Miss Rosabella, you are a very beautiful young lady, he says. I understand that you have been chosen to be the Tsar's wife.
Wait, so am
I
I?
wonder what the poison was for.
I don't know.
Maybe it was for the Tsar.
Maybe, but
Who
also,
knows?
well, wait, I never figured out what my target was, did I?
Do you want to think about it?
Yeah, I'll think about it.
All right. You think about your objective.
Because am I a spy that's just trying to go on? Am I an undercover spy?
Maybe. That's right, you say. That's apparently what you do. You want to do anything else?
I just want to say, there's important matters of my future husband that we need to discuss.
You say, there's important matters about my future husband that we need to discuss. See, the ambassador says. Well, what is it that you would like to discuss? I want to know about my future husband, you say.
Yeah, I will say, I want to know, and as well as the enemies he may have.
You say, does my future husband have any enemies? The ambassador laughs. Oh, my dear, your future husband has only one enemy. His name is Nicholas II. You see, they have been estranged for quite some time, you see. And you say, what?
Do I literally say what? Oh my god. I'm gonna pull you. It's like, what do you mean? I'm gonna pull you. That's what I'm gonna say.
What, do I do that a lot?
You do that a lot.
You say, what do you mean? I mean, your dear husband has been estranged from his father for quite some time. A very difficult situation, no? You say, you don't understand. I have to see him. I have to talk to him.
So wait, I would have thought that Nicholas II was like a cousin or something. Not my father-in-law.
What do you do?
Mm.
Do you ask? Maybe about the father's whereabouts?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask about the father's whereabouts. Let's see what's gonna happen.
You ask, where is his father? Oh, he is still in Russia. He lives at the palace at Yekaterinburg. How can I find him, you ask? I'm afraid that is impossible, the ambassador says.
Is he in the palace or is he in the city?
You ask, is he in the palace or in the city? I believe that he is in the city, the ambassador says. I have no idea how you'd go about visiting him, however. You stand up and walk out of his office.
Yeah.
What do you do, say, see, or what happens next in the story?
What happens next is I'm heading over to that city.
You decide to head over. You decide to head over to the city that the ambassador had told you about. Okay. So what else do you do? Do you search for the father?
I'm searching for the father. Yep. You read my mind.
You walk out of the ambassador's house and head towards the center of the city. You see that there is a large department store not too far from the house. You walk up to the clerk and ask,
Such a lovely night for a stroll, is it not? Oh, I really hope that this is the
informant?
informant. I really
Yeah.
hope this is an informant, not just some random. Because I'd be so crappy as a spy if I just talked to a civilian like that.
You say, such a lovely night for a stroll, is it not? Yes, it is. Is there something I can help you with? I'm looking for Yekaterinburg. Is that a department store near here? Because apparently you're a dumbass. That's a city.
We just finished playing Dumbasses in our Pathfinder session, and now I'm continuing to play a dumbass.
You have to continue the cycle of dumbassery. I'm going to do have the clerk respond,
Yes,
if possible.
yeah.
Yes, that's one of our biggest stores. Go straight down the street until you see a sign that says department store. You thank the clerk and continue on your way.
Am I actually gonna do some spy stuff?
Who knows? What do you do?
Well,
Do you want to do spy stuff?
I want to do spy stuff, yeah.
You do spy stuff. You spend hours wandering the streets of the city, learning about it. In fact, you learn so much that you don't even realize how late it is when you realize that you are lost. The streets are pitch black.
I am a legit dumbass in this story.
Yes, you are.
I was trying to search for the father-in-law, was I not?
You try to find your way to the palace. You search for the department store. You keep walking and walking and walking. You search for the embassy. You are so tired.
I want to go rest.
Do you want to use the poison?
I feel like you're gonna use it on. I feel like this AI is gonna use it on myself. Why are you giving me that smile?
You use the poison.
Sonny!
You decide to use the poison one more time.
On who?
I don't know.
Oh, it legit says you decided to use the poison one more time. Okay. I'm gonna
How
go.
do you use it? You want to poison the father? Poison the czar? Poison the ambassador? Poison someone completely different?
Poison the father.
The poison is dark and sticky. You hold it in your hand and decide where to use it. You decide to use it on the father. You squeeze the bottle and the poison squirts out and covers his face because apparently he's right in front of you all of a sudden.
What?
Are you trying to kill him?
Trying to kill him?
Do you want to just kill him?
Yeah, I just want to kill him.
You discreetly kill him?
Yeah.
Even though this is not discreet at all by squirting a poison on his face?
He could have been asleep.
Like a squeeze bottle?
He could have been asleep.
Oh my god. You squeeze the bottle one last time and the father's eyes bulge out and his head falls off.
What? That's the poison?
That's the opposite of discreet.
Yeah. What?
What do you do? Do you run away after this? Do you hide the body? What do you do?
I sneak away. What?
That's so funny. I like how his head just falls off spontaneously.
Yeah, AI, do you know what discreet means?
You walk for hours. Eventually, you find your way to the palace. You look up at the guards' towers and see that it is nighttime.
Wait. What? What? That doesn't make sense. That should have been come before.
Yeah. Well, what do? You want to break into the palace?
I'll break into the palace, I guess? What?
I agree. What's going on?
What? Ugh.
You walk up to the massive wooden doors of the palace and see that they are cracked open. You walk in and see that the palace is empty. There are no guards in sight.
I'll go find my fiance, the czar.
Is he even in the palace?
He should be in the palace.
Why?
Isn't that his home?
You walk through the empty palace halls until you find the bedroom where your fiancé is sleeping. You stand at the end of the hallway and wonder if you should wake her up or just leave and sneak away. You wake your fiance and tell her that you have something to tell her. You tell her that the father has been killed and that she should go and talk to the Tsar. Your fiance doesn't move.
Are you fucking kidding me? I roll her body over.
Do you want to sleep next to her or something?
I'm gonna roll her body over.
That's it?
Yep.
You roll your fiance over and find out that she has been poisoned as well. You look around. You realize that you have two poisoned bodies to dispose of. Do you want to dispose the bodies, or what do you want to do?
Let's
Go home? Call your mom?
dispose of the bodies, I guess. At this point, I can't do anything. Let's dispose of them. What the fuck is with this story?
It's dark. You decide to pick up your fiancée and dispose of her body outside. You throw it off the side of a nearby mountain. You leave the room and head back to the hallways.
What? Huh? Huh?
But you did.
I go to bed. I pray that this is a dream.
You're a murderer.
I'm a spy. Of course, I'm gonna have to be a murderer. Well, wait a minute. No, I'm not an assassin, though.
You walk back to the bedroom and lie down on the bed. You slowly drift off to sleep. Next morning, you wake up with a start.
I'm gonna let you suggest it because my brain is hurting right now. At this point, I think I'm just so confused.
I mean, it is AI generated.
Of course, and the AI, it's just like AI artists, AI stuff. It's just so confusing.
You call the Tsar. You get out of bed and pick up the phone. You dial the number for the Tsar's palace. Hello? Is this the palace of the Tsar? A female voice asks. Yes, this is the palace of the Tsar. How may I help you? I want to talk to the Tsar, you said.
That Tsar better be picking up. Because I swear to God.
You talk to the Tsar and tell him that you poisoned his father. My, that is an interesting story. Well, I'll need to investigate this matter. Or do you want to go ahead and call it quits?
I want to call it quits before my brain explodes. I disappear in the shadows, praying to never be found again.
He continues to talk. Well, I'll need to investigate this matter. You die in 2 days, the Tsar says. What? Wait! You're not seriously going to kill me. I'm your future wife, you shout. Future wife? Hardly. I try to kill you.
You motherfucker.
You do.
Run into the shadows and disappear.
You run into the shadows and disappear. You don't exist. I'll think of a punishment. I'll have the guard bring you to me after I investigate this matter.
Wait, what?
I guess the Tsar continues to talk. What do you know? What should we do to end the story? I can write the end.
The end, please.
Let's see what happens.
I can't take any more of this. What is
He
it?
just says the end at the end of his speech.
Wait, so
Should we try to kill you again?
yeah, because you're in story mode.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Please, just in my misery for this story.
You hear the sound of a helicopter and see a machine gun fire a few rounds. A few seconds later, the door to your room bursts open and you see two soldiers in a gunfight with someone outside. I'm gonna write you. I'm gonna try to kill you again.
Yeah. What the heck? This AI does not want me to die.
You grab a sharp knife to slash your wrists. Blood gushes down your arms and you die.
Oh my god, what the hell? So instead of being taken out by the Tsar and his guards, I kick myself out. That's great.
The end, even though you didn't quite get to the end section.
Oh wait.
Oh no. With the AI technology thing, it's pretty fun and funny. Especially when you play multiple multiplayer mode, because basically in that mode it's as if you're controlling one singular character. And if you're typing at the same time, sometimes it'll combine actions or do one action after the other, and it can just be so crazy. So maybe you could try that sometime.
There we go. I got it.
Hmm?
So I put in bleed out. You bleed out onto the floor. The end. You've reached the Dragon Age factions ending. What?
Okay.
I will say this gives a good skeleton of a story.
Except it's very confusing.
It's so confusing because this isn't like one story. This is 20 stories.
It's basically you're not really following. You're trying to follow a story, but you keep getting like you keep doing like side quests that also makes no like sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty interesting app. You can create stories. You can do they have like different worlds and like pre-made stories in the community that you can check out to play. That'd be kind of fun to try out sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rainy, what did you think of this experience?
Well, I want to bash my head in,
Sounds about right.
especially as a novice writer.
Well, I wouldn't call you as novice.
Well, I'm not 100% great, but at least I'm decent.
It would be interesting to try out the custom mode.
It would be, yeah.
Like try to create your own story and like see where it goes. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Closet Chat.
Yep.
I hope y'all try out AI Dungeon. It's quite fun. And
It'd be a great drinking game.
yeah, it would. That's an idea.
Yeah.
All right, guys. What do you think, Rainy? Time to wrap things up?
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bid y'all a good night.
I bid you a good morning.
I bid y'all a good afternoon.
I bid you a good evening.
Yeah, that's right.
That sounds all right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.
The end.